everybody. Grateful to be here with you. Um, Figured this is going to be an easier way to answer all of the questions because you guys have been submitting fantastic questions, and it's just going to take me too long to do a video on each one. There were some really good big topic questions asked, and I will do separate videos for those ones, but I will do my best to just condense my answers for most of the questions in this video, or possibly if it goes too long, then I will do another video to finish answering those questions. So let's start. Okay, so then the first question is, let me just bring it up here. The question regarding um, which crystals are recommended to raise our frequency, which crystals have the highest vibration, what's the best way to use them effectively, and just crystals in general. Okay, so the easiest way to answer that is there is one kind of powerhouse crystal. That's a clear quartz crystal. And the strongest vibration with that one is when it's kind of in a column shape with a point, kind of like a pyramid point on the top, so very long, and with the point. Those are they harness the most energy and are usable in all circumstances of your life. They just generate and filter and focus the energy, really enhance it. So that would be the one primary crystal to use if you were going to be using crystals. All of the other ones are all useful in their own way. But with that, each of them have their own personality and their own traits. So you can think of all of the other types of crystals as kind of like different people. Which person do you feel like hanging out with today? Which of your friends do you like to spend time with doing this activity versus this activity? You might have a friend who's more chill and calm and just relaxes you. And then you might have another friend who's completely amped up and you can go and do rock climbing with. It's the same thing with the crystals. They all have a different energy, different focus. So depending upon how you want to feel, that is the crystal that you would choose, because then it would enhance that energy. But for one particular crystal that has been used for a very long time, and it will continue to be used for a very long time, that's the clear quartz crystal. It just is magnificent in what it can do. It's amazing. So there's no right or wrong way. There's no one way to make things stronger. It's all about your intention and your focus as to what you want that crystal to do and how you want that crystal to enhance and magnify your intentions and energies that you are focusing into it. So it's not a matter of positioning it in one place or doing any particular grid with it or anything like that. It's all about your intention into it. So you develop your own relationship with it, and then that is the right one for you. And it won't be the right one for someone else. Your energy that you put into it is going to be stronger than anything that someone can recommend to you. Your desires for what it can do is the strongest thing you can do with it. So I hope that helps. Okay, next question. This one is regarding shamanism in New Earth. And let's see, will shamanism in New Earth be vegan oriented, free of using any animal products in what they do, free of the use of candles and crystals and all that, all in New Earth? Shamanism is a beautiful, beautiful practice that came about uh, based upon the current circumstances that they found themselves in. And as circumstances change, behaviors change, and actions change. Everything is an evolution. Shamanism is going to evolve based upon where we are going in our focus, our intention, and love. Everything about shamanism is expressing their love to the things that they use and their appreciation for it, which is beautiful and fantastic, but they won't need to utilize everything in the same way anymore. So the animal aspect of shamanism came about because they needed to eat meat. Because when you live in a colder climate, much like I do, there is snow 8 months of the year. Things are dead. The only thing not dead are other breathing creatures, unfortunately. And that's how shamanism came into be with utilizing animal products, is because they needed something to eat for months at a time, because you can only preserve uh, vegetables so long. So as we evolve, because again, everything's an evolution, as we evolve, shamanism is going to evolve as well. And it probably is going to even evolve into a different name, but the same love for nature, that focus upon being one with nature and seeing themselves as part of the animal world will still be there, just in a different way. And candles, great question. As we evolve, as again, everything that we do that we currently see as a ritual is going to disappear. We use rituals right now to get us into the right frame of mind, because it's very difficult to raise our energy up, or at least it used to be difficult to raise our energy up to the point where we could connect with spirit. So rituals were created to help focus our attention into being able to raise our energy up into a higher dimensional viewpoint. But as we evolve into New Earth, the rituals are just going to disappear, because everyone's going to start recognizing the creator that they are within. And as a creator, you don't need a ritual. You'll just be able to do it as part of walking the path of mastery. So the use of candles, the use of crystals as part of a ritual is going to disappear. All rituals will slowly evolve out of use. So next question. Okay, a question regarding politics, wealth distribution, and what's going on with that. Um, I'm not going to even go into that. That is, that's pointed towards, you have a choice of which direction you want to face. Do you want to face the inorganic, dark encoded, dark magic world of old Earth? Or do you want to face towards the organic ascension path of crystalline Christed light creation? So anything that has to do with politics, let's see, we're all the different things right now. Politics, healthcare, finances, um, leaders of state, monarchies, all of that stuff. It is addictive to look at it. It is addictive. And the reason why it is addictive to look at it and you want to know what's going on is because all of those things, all of them, monarchies, presidents, healthcare, viruses, finances, all of that stuff, it's all dark encoded. You can light encode things. I light encoded this message. I light encode my voice. I light encode myself before I go out into the public. I always try to present the highest possible vibration for anyone who comes into contact with me. I light encode it with love. You can also do the opposite. You can have things dark encoded. And you will find that anything that has to do with politics that is very intriguing and you want to know about, anything that has to do with monarchies, very interesting, you want to know about it. Anything that has to do with wealth distribution, very interesting, you want to know about it. Anything that has to do with the conspiracy theories and all of that, very interesting, you want to know about it. All dark encoded. It's all dark encoded. So do your best to slowly withdraw from sending your attention to those things, because where attention goes, energy flows, right? We've all heard that. So if you are even looking at it, you are giving attention to something that is inorganic, deliberately created through, easiest way to describe it is dark magic. It's deliberately created through not love intentions, all of those things. So do your best to slowly withdraw your attention and focus upon something else. It's like trying to wean yourself off of it. It's hard. I had to do it, and it'll take a little bit of time, but I highly encourage you to slowly withdraw your attention from those things. And as you focus upon creating new work and put your focus towards light and love and what you want out of life, you will find, this is the amazing part, and it's hard for our brains to grasp. Even though those things are going on around you, they won't affect you. It's incredible how that happens, and it's hard to understand it, but that actually is the truth. It does not matter what is going on. It doesn't matter if there was even a war going on down your street. Somehow, some way, if you are focused upon something else and your attention is not towards that, the war that is on your own street won't even affect you. That's just how this works. So if you want to be affected by whatever is going on out there in the third dimensional inorganic timeline world that we can see, then just keep paying attention to it. But just turn your focus. Just start looking that way. Slowly go, no, I'm going to look this way. And then all that stuff just disappears from your life. Okay, next one. Okay, so I'm just going to briefly touch on this. I've already done a video on it, but that was a channeling video, and I'll just very briefly touch on this. So it's regarding a vegan diet and the very strong emotional impact that people have there. They have a right and wrong belief system when it comes to eating. And the higher realms, the Arcturians that I have connected with, my spirit guides, my higher self, all of the non-physical beings of light and love that I have ever connected with have always said that there is no such thing as right or wrong. So let me just explain very briefly why they will never say that eating animals or using any animal product is wrong. There's so many different ways to go into this. It's such a big topic, but I'm going to try to just make it this very brief. Love pure source love, pure creator source love is unconditional, unconditional, regardless as to what we do. Love is unconditional. If there was any judgment whatsoever in that concept of love, then that love is distorted. And that's where we are today. We are in a state of distortion. All the levels of dimension are all different types of distortion from source God, pure, pure source God's love. So if you have a strong viewpoint on something, you are seeing it from a level of distortion. It is a very wonderful thing to feel a strong emotion of the contrary aspect, because that means if you get any anger, any frustration, any guilt, anything like that, that means you are viewing something that your higher self does not agree with. You are feeling that disconnect. That's what that feeling is. It's a disconnection from your higher self. Your higher self sees it a different way, understands it a different way. And when we feel any type of anger, frustration, hatred, any of those lower emotions, it is only for us to recognize that we are being very blind in how we're seeing it. And if we can take down our blinders, take a step to the side and see it from another point of view. And if that still doesn't help, another step, another point of view, until we can understand that there are different ways to view a topic. If we see something as right or wrong, and we want to tell others that they are wrong in anything, then that means there is an aspect of us that wants to control someone else, control what they do, stop them, which means also that you want to take away their free will. You want to take away their opportunity to grow. You want to take away their opportunity to evolve. You want to take away their opportunity to learn. You just want to take that all away. You want to do it yourself. You want to say, no, you cannot have that opportunity. So, and that's the thing, this is a highly charged emotional topic. And the reason why it's also highly emotionally charged topic is because it's dark and coded. Anytime there is a highly emotionally charged topic for anything, if it's a topic and people are like, it's this or this, politics, religion, anything, if it's like, I am right, you are wrong, this is the way it has to be, it's dark and coded, which it's incredible how many things out there are dark and coded on the topic. So I encourage you on your part of the journey that if you believe that people should be eating a certain way and you want them to stop doing what they're doing, well, just take your attention away from it and focus upon you doing what you believe is right. And then that evolves the mass consciousness. You telling someone to stop is not going to make them stop. If you tell someone don't do that, they're just going to do that more. You can't just tell somebody no. They have to learn for themselves. And those individuals that choose to maintain a lower vibration throughout their lives are not on an ascension path anyways. So they're going to be replaying their lives again, incarnating again until they learn certain lessons. You have to let them have an opportunity to learn and grow and evolve with the love. They'll be able to understand love. If they are behaving a certain way, it's because they don't understand love. You have to let them learn what love is. So I hope that helps. One thing I'm going to add to this, which is going to make you think I am super duper crazy, but hopefully this will help the vegans out there who believe animal cruelty is wrong and they shouldn't do that. I personally have my entire life very clear memories of not eating, not breathing, and I think eating anything, eating a piece of spinach is gross. I think eating is disgusting. I um, so if you think that it should just be limited to animals, I have issues with consuming plant products as well. To me, that's being human is harsh. It's the human, the human is a beast. It's a beast. We are consuming things, and that is not what I remember doing. And I have spent my life trying to get my head wrapped around this whole consuming things, having to eat, having to chew, having to do anything like that is messed up to me. And it's taken me a long time to get to a point where I can eat somewhat. So if you can understand, for you who are vegan, who believe animal cruelty is wrong, there is yet another level to that. So consuming anything at all. So why just limit it to the animals? Like I have a very strong connection with everything that grows. There is a very strong song that comes from plants, and you have to bless the plants for them giving themselves to you. It's so let's just understand that focusing just on stopping animal cruelty is a third dimensional way of being, because we're in a physical body. And there's so much more I could put into this. I mean, we have to acknowledge where we are on our evolution of our physical bodies. Some people cannot physically handle being vegan. They cannot. Their spiritual growth has surpassed that, but their physical bodies need time to evolve. And in the meantime, they still have to consume some forms of animal. So you have to see there's all these different parts to this piece of the puzzle when it comes to eating anything, which is why, again, it's all based upon love and understanding and knowing that this is all an evolution. We are all evolving in all aspects. And if we cast judgment, then we are anchoring ourselves into old third dimensional conditional love. And conditional love is not divine love. Divine love is unconditional, allowing people to grow, allowing people to evolve at their own speed. So I hope that helps. And yeah, when next time you eat a salad, know that they had a life too. Just, just, just saying that they have consciousness too. They sing. So just want to put that out there. So next question. Okay, question about the timeline. Um, they heard that going into the fifth dimensional timeline is going to be like between 100 to 700 years to complete. Um, so the ascension path timeline is much quicker than that. The several hundred years, possibly longer than that, is for those who are choosing to remain in old Earth. That's going to take them at least one more lifetime for them to learn and grow and evolve to the point where they feel like they have understood what they came here to understand and have expanded themselves to the point of being ready to move on. So some of them one lifetime, some of them several lifetimes. So yeah, that's for them to be able to get into new earth at that point once they're ready. But if you are on an ascension path now, it's much sooner than that. Much sooner than that. Okay, question about government suppressing information for coronavirus. Is there a cure? Promote vaccine? Again. Okay, so all of this again, dark encoded. Dark encoded. If you look at it, if you think about it, if you talk about it, you're sending energy to it and you're making it stronger and you're making that situation grow. And you are making yourself a part of it. And if you keep upon that, you are going to be affected by it. It's going to become a part of your life. So my recommendation for you is to shift yourself, point away from it. It does not need to involve you. There is nothing about it that's going to enhance your life. So when you think of a topic, think about, is this topic going to enhance my life? Am I going to grow spiritually from thinking about this? Is this going to make me feel more connected to Source God? Am I going to be able to spiritually grow and evolve into a better person because of this topic? So we're just going to move on past that. There are many, many other channels, like worker channels out there on YouTube that are still enjoying discussing this stuff. So if you want answers to that, just find their channels. But I'm not going to be going into all that because it has anything to do with government, anything to do with healthcare, anything to do with any of that stuff. It's all it's all dark magic stuff. So just look away. Just look away. It does not need to involve you. Let's see. Next one. Explain codes, sounds, and light language being channeled into geometric shapes and how we can use these to create our new experiences and new earth. So light language. You know what? I'm going to do a separate video on light language. I did one last year, a long time ago, I think. But I'm going to do a separate video for the different types of light language and the way you can utilize it. But very briefly, each symbol, it's kind of funny to say it, but the symbols like spirals and geometric shapes and all of those different symbols like that, well, basically all light language, even the sounds and the clicks and everything. It's all universal symbols. I don't mean it's used by the universe really, but I mean universal in the sense that it can be used for anything. We connect everything that has DNA structure to it connects to light language. So that's why it's a universal language that transmits information. And the thing is, with it being a universal language, it's not like ours where a certain shape means this, or this letter means this. And if you put these letters together, you get this word, which means this. That's not how light language works. It is just a vessel that an intention, a concept is put into it, and whomever receives it receives that concept. But that same vessel, that same symbol can be used for anything. It's just a vessel, but we resonate with it. So Like I said, I'll do a separate video on that because that's a really good one and lots of information on that. Next question. How did I learn to channel? The Council of 12. And when are we going to rejoin Inner Earth? Okay, so Inner Earth is, that's a distortion. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying what information is out there and presented by others has caused it to go into distortion. So they're not, how do I put this? Do not focus upon rejoining with them. Basically, just forget they're there. Don't worry about it. If you focus upon it, you're focusing upon something that has been created and not an organic creation. It's an inorganic creation. So don't worry about the beings that are residing within Inner Earth on a separate dimensional realm. Just they're there. We have them all around us. They're everywhere. So don't worry about that. They're just, yeah, they're basically just like, do your own thing. Leave us alone. Don't worry about us. That's kind of how it's kind of coming out. So there are many, connect with your guides. Yeah, you'll get further along if you connect with your guides. How did I learn to channel the Council of 12? I did a video on how to channel not too long ago. So just, I did a channeling video on how to channel. So that will give you information directly from the Arcturians themselves. Getting attacked by dark energies during the nighttime. Okay, so if anyone feels that they are susceptible to something getting them, that is because you are giving them permission. That's it. You have given permission that things can attack you, get you, come to you, connect with you. You have to reclaim your sovereignty. Your sovereignty. You are in control of yourself. Nobody and nothing can affect you. Nobody and nothing has power over you. You are in complete and total control. You have to regain that within yourself. Nothing can break that. You just have to reclaim it because you have given away your sovereignty. You have given it away and you have allowed others to affect you. Part of the ascension path is reclaiming our sovereignty, reclaiming our power, and knowing that we create our own world and nothing ever can affect us, ever, unless we give it permission. So if you feel unsafe about anything, reclaim your power, take back your power, take back your sovereignty on that. You are not a victim. That's a fake word. No such thing. We're just silly enough to give up our power to someone else and to something else. We've been taught to do that since infancy. So learn to take back power. Nothing, nothing can affect you ever. And there are many, many beautiful information videos out there on YouTube of meditations that will help guide you to make yourself feel safe, and then you will evolve. You will evolve your state of being into learning how to reclaim your sovereignty. This will be an evolution for any of you who are feeling unsafe, insecure, worried, scared about anything. It's an evolution, and that's okay. That's good. We are all evolving. Just set your intention that you are taking back your power. You are taking back your sovereignty, and nothing can affect you unless you give it permission. And once you set that intention within yourself, you will start your journey into taking it back. Okay, I hope that helps. Next one here. Okay. Do we have those like us on our journey together whom we are drawn to search for? Okay, so are we drawn to search for really those that are just like us, or is it really that ultimate connection that we are searching for? I feel we are looking for each other in this earth experience for agreements we have yet to fulfill, yet the searching may be the experience, the longing. Oh, that's a great question, and that's just going to be at least one video. There are so many aspects to that that I would just go on and on with. So that's on my to-do list for videos, because that's going to be at least one video there. So I'll get back to that one. The next question here. Okay, how can we envision what New Earth is going to look like? Having a difficult time envisioning New Earth. Expect less disease and negativity. Okay, so wanting less disease and less negativity. I think, yeah, I'm going to have to do a video on manifesting. So this is probably the easiest way to think about New Earth. New Earth is going to be void of negativity. It's going to be void of dark. It's going to be void of those types of feelings. So to me, if I imagine a world with none of those feelings anymore, none of those thoughts anymore, to me, that's heaven. So think about what your concept of heaven is going to be like. Like, honestly, what do you see as heaven? Knowing that nothing bad happens in heaven. There's no unhappiness in heaven. Example, maybe instead of sidewalks, maybe instead of the normal hard ground, because when I go running, the ground is quite hard when you run. You don't really notice it so much when you walk. You definitely notice it when you fall down. I fall down more when I walk than when I run. So instead of having a hard ground in heaven, maybe have ground that is kind of like clouds. So what does a cloud remind you of? For me, it's softness, it's cool to the feet, but not cold. It's refreshing. It's kind of spongy, so it's going to be great to play on. It's going to be great to fall on. So when you think of things, it's not necessarily that thing. Like when I think of having clouds as the ground, I'm not creating clouds, but the feeling that comes with the concept of a cloud, the softness, the coolness, the gentleness, the just that cushiness. Wouldn't that be wonderful to have that for the ground? That to me would be fantastic. That'd be fun. Um, what other kind of things? How much fun would it be to, instead of having kids have to go to a school to learn, but they all play outside and learn different types of songs and different activities, and all of which are encoded with certain sound frequencies that resonate within them that help them learn mathematics, help them learn those concepts without having to sit there and memorize anything, but to be able to play and do certain things and sing certain songs. How fun would that be? That seems like a great way. And have them understand harmonics by having them play with different colors, frequencies of light. So this works with this, and you get, like, how fun would that be? So that could be the educational system. It does not need to be the way it is now. Um, all these different types of things. So what does heaven seem like to you? Personally, I want to do everything. I think everything would be so interesting to do. And I don't want to do it forever. I want to spend a week doing this. I want to spend a year doing this, maybe a day over here doing this. I want to try everything. I think that would be a great thing. And if we all have the ability to kind of download the information in order to be able to do whatever job it is, why not? Why don't we have the ability to just absorb the information into our DNA structure? Why not? Or to know how to create new neural pathway connections immediately. So we don't have to spend the time learning. We can just absorb the information, create a new neural pathway, and boom, there, you can do something brand new right away. Sounds like fun. Instead of doctors, if for people like me who like to fall down sometimes when they're running, when I'm walking, um, instead of doctors, but to go to sound chambers, and the sound and light frequencies heal you and make you younger and just change whatever it is you want changed. Doesn't that sound like a better way of doing things? So just work with that, those types of things. If people are still eating, which they will be, but as I said earlier, oh, eating, oh, eating, oh. But anyways, food replicators. So it's just created. A lot of the information on shows like Star Trek, they have a lot of um, great imagination jump off points. So maybe watch a few episodes of Star Trek and get some ideas of having things work for you. Instead of having doors that lock, just have all doors that slide and open and close so you don't have to touch doorknobs and all that kind of stuff. Like, lots of fun things like that. Okay? All right. Okay. For the Arcturians and Pleiadians, how is their ascension related to our ascension? Okay. I, yeah, there are, that definitely is many, 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 many videos worth of information. I have no real ability to condense that. Um, I'll see if I can get it into one video. I'll see if I can channel them into one video. Um, but I've stayed away from it because it just is never ending information. So I'll try to do a channeling video on that and see if they can condense it. We'll see. um, okay, question regarding vaccines. Um, again, politicians, vaccines, all that stuff. Just look away, look away, over there. Not back that way. Look that way. Um, and the thing with the masks and social distancing and stuff like that. Again, if you are looking at any of these things that affect you, you are sending your energy. You are voting for those things with your energy. You're voting for them. The same way we vote for things with our money. You are voting for things to happen if you send your attention to it. So any of those topics, if you want them to come true and to affect you, focus upon it. If you don't want them to affect you and you want something else to come into your life, look at something else. Where attention goes, energy flows. Like we should just keep a little sign. I actually kept that in my purse for the longest time. I actually wrote it out and made it into this thing. And yeah, it took me a while to get that into my head for everything. But where attention goes, energy flows. So if you are looking at anything that displeases you, you're voting for that to happen more to you. You're voting for it. So if something displeases you, look away. And if you can't look away and you keep looking at this thing that displeases you and you keep looking at this thing that displeases you and it's like, this thing displeases me. I don't like this thing. I don't like this thing. I don't like this thing. Can you feel my energy towards this thing that I don't like? I don't like it. I don't like it. So think of all this energy you are directing into this thing that you don't like. And lower vibrational energy is so much weaker than high vibrational energy. So whatever I just put there, I could have directed that towards something beautiful that just would have just been magnificent. And it just would have made myself feel better. I would have healed things about myself. I would have made myself get younger. Like it just is a matter of understanding and really focusing upon the concept where attention goes, energy flows. Where attention goes, you are voting for that thing to happen to you. So be aware where you are sending your energy. Be aware of the thoughts that make you feel uncomfortable. Because if you are feeling something uncomfortable and you're feeling upset and angry with anything, that's because you are looking at it from a point of view that your higher self, your divine, loving self, does not see it like that. And you are pinching yourself off from receiving that flow of love. And you are putting a condition. I don't like this, therefore I am allowing myself to feel not good. And by feeling not good, I choose to allow things to happen to me that I don't like. I choose to allow my body to get sick. I choose to allow bad things to happen to me. I choose to allow people to treat me badly. And it's all connected. All connected. So I really encourage you to teach yourselves. This is the biggest thing I could ever encourage anyone to do. To teach yourselves to recognize the moment that you feel any sense of anger, discomfort, worry, fear. Catch yourself and recognize what I am thinking is not true. I am looking at it from a point of view that is not appropriate for me anymore. And that's how you evolve. That's how you grow. And that's how you reposition yourself to face new earth. Okay, dear ones, I hope this helps. I have more videos coming when I have a chance. The storms that we've been having every day finally subsided enough so I could actually do some recording without there being big booms and flashes of light everywhere. So I will be getting to those other videos shortly. In the meantime, have a great day. I love you all.